office. They're set up, everything right here. We're gonna get it popping, man. I'm hyped. I think I'm gonna kill 5 today.
Hey, it's all good.
So let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. We ready?
Yo, y'all check out this clean ass sweater, man.
Where do we get that?
Halfcourtstore.com. Shout out to Kari for the clean little taper.
He's joining.
You gotta clip it out of this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. What is Gucci? Manucci's. Welcome to the...
Oh, my bad.
Luis, guys.
already started with the Luis stuff.
He's like, all right, let me just...
Clear my throat for the intro.
Yeah, just right in the mic.
My bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to the Half Court Podcast. You already know I'm Darwin. We got AV behind the camera. And today we got the Cube Esports boys, man. Yep. We like to call them the QB boys. You know what I'm saying? We got Luis, Jose, and Andy in the background. You know what I'm saying? So, one of you boys kind of explain what you do and take it over, man.
Go ahead. Yeah, you.
Alrighty, so we are a Cube Esports organization. Esports organization. We started back in April.
Mm-hmm.
We started the concept, and we kind of said, all right, we were out here and we were driving around, just looking at the local businesses, and we're like, you know what, dude? Well, we kind of want to see more of esports. And if you guys know what esports is, it's basically just computer, gaming in general. So Call of Duty. FIFA, 2K, Madden, League of Legends, Apex, any type of game, you name it, and it's in a kind of competitive level of it. That's what usually esports is. So we decided, hey, you know what? We liked it. We love gaming. We're nerds at heart, and we said, let's open up a business. Let's throw some money into this business, and we're here. We're right here now.
If there was anything that you guys had in common was like we fuck with gaming, so we gotta.
Yeah.
If we can open a business together, it's gonna be something that has to do with gaming.
And you guys saw that there was like none of that here, huh?
Nothing here. I mean, we literally drove for like 3 hours all around Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. And
I think what AV says by nothing is more of like the esports community.
Yeah. And that's what we were like trying to figure out what we want to open.
Yeah.
And like he said, we were like, there's nothing like that here, like at all. And, he knows more about it.
Oh, come on, Andy. Come on. Who's next?
Andy.
But yeah.
Jose, come on, man. Don't do this to us.
It usually be me doing some shit like that.
I lost my train of thought.
So we were talking about nobody here in the city.
Yeah. So, he mentioned it, and he was like, esports. And I was like, the hell is esports? I've never heard of it. And then he showed me some like documentaries and like clips and stuff like that, and I was like, "This is insane! Like, what? Like, this is happening?"
So you were a gamer and you didn't know about?
Yeah,
esports?
well, I mean, I was like a casual gamer. Like, I wasn't like I used to hear like back in the day, like when Halo was big, like there was like tournaments and stuff like that. But I never was like, immersed into it. And then he showed me how big it was over there in LA because he's from there. And I was like blown away. I was like, "What is this?" And so he knows more about it. I've been doing my research and like digging into it and getting, dirty in there in all of that esports world. But it was insane. Like, I didn't know it was that big, so it just made sense. There's nothing like that here. Let's go ahead and get in there and then open the
esports got big in general this year because of COVID.
Yeah,
it grew because it was already big. I mean, I feel like
it grew.
Yeah, it grew like skyrocket type shit
because people started staying home. And what do you do when you stay home? You watch TV or game. Especially the younger crowd that that's what they did. So obviously, if you went to like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, all gaming stuff was sold out for months. So when I was out here in April. Me and my boys back home, we were just gaming, and they introduced me to so much stuff. So I said, you know what, Luis? That's when I came to. I'm like, dude, I'm esports here in OKC. I'm like, I see it. I can see we go somewhere with this. And he was like, fuck yes.
And we did it.
We just put some money in there. We're like, PCs. I'm like,
So you guys were confident as fuck, because that's some investment.
Yeah, big.
I mean,
big time.
I quit my job.
he's like confident.
Yeah,
He's
I
more
quit my job.
confident
Like
than I am. Okay.
I put in my 2 weeks, and like first week, and like I've never like quit a job where like I showed up and I'm done.
Yeah.
I've always like finished my
You
2
hit him
weeks.
with that fuck you.
Bro,
Yeah, like, no,
bro,
honestly.
he called me one day. He's like, hey, bro, you know what? I'm quitting my job. I'm like, whoa, hey.
Easy
I'm like,
now.
I'm like, hold the fuck up, all right?
Yeah.
You sure? He's like,
But
dude.
man, and you took a big risk because it's like if you think about it, like with the gaming thing, like for it to be profitable, it takes a minute. Like it takes building your brand, it takes building, your audience, and like for you to just be like, fuck it, I'm done, I'm out. I'm gonna put my whole energy into this esports thing.
I mean, it just made sense. Like I was working at a bank 9 to 5, and I was making good money, and to me, I was like, I'm dying inside. Like I can't do this anymore. Like this is not my thing. Like I'm wasting my time. And so whenever we started doing this, I was just like, I'm gonna put all my energy into this. Like I'm gonna do it. It doesn't matter if it takes us a year, 2 years to get that money back. I know at the end of the day, even if it fails, I tried it. I can be like, I did
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, like you put your all into it, and you didn't like half step and shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
good,
yeah.
man.
And I'll tell you guys this, though, from where so when we started, obviously the idea was there. Obviously, then you get a name, then you get a logo, you get a brand, and this is more advice to a lot of starting up people that start either esports or any other business. Be careful who you reach out to for help because, and this is something we should bring up because we reached out to someone who we thought was a professional of the industry, right? Professional who he was like a what do they call it? Consultant.
Yeah.
We gave him a lot of money. Okay, we gave him we gave him $2,000 for because we're like, hey.
Advice on what?
How to start this esports business? Even though we had the idea, we thought we needed some advice of like, okay, what are the things that you should do, you shouldn't do, and
was he experienced?
You thought it was like a seminar type thing?
So we thought, this is what we need.
And this was here in the city?
No. He's from California.
Yeah.
Was this some like kind of ad you saw or some shit? Or it was just
on Google, you look at businesses, and he was like big. So just be careful who you reach out to. Okay.
But the sad thing is that he's legit.
He's legit. He's legit.
He's legit. But
he's legit. He's not
at the end of the day, he's not a scammer. But at the end of the day, most of the information, I'd say 90% of the information he gave us, we could have done our research on.
right.
Yeah, but it's crazy because esports is such a brand new concept that nobody really knows how to do this.
So the few people that do are like, come to me. And
And
he
come to me or you can't do it.
Dude, when we made that phone call, he was licking his chomps.
He knew what to say and how to say it.
These fucking idiots are about
and man, you're making us look like some chumps. Like,
Hey,
I'm
only saying it.
He's being honest.
But for sure.
I mean, like
do your
fuck,
research.
Darwin's little brother's car just caught on
We
fire.
got for sure. Like
he
we
could have
got
kept that
we
to
got-
himself.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
like,
I think I think it's a good thing to just let the people know the struggles and like
mistakes,
the
share mistakes
exactly.
with people that way. That,
With that, I mean, it's just like anything. I feel like you guys should have just dove in and kind of learned from your mistakes and
Yeah,
shit. But
absolutely.
that was one. Fuck it, that was one.
was
You
one.
know?
It's crazy because like we're what's the UEA league? That's a league here in the Midwest. They're really, really big. Shout out to Abdul. He's the hookup.
Unified Esports Association,
Yes.
CEO. Shout out to you.
Abdul. He's been kind of like our mentor, and we
awesome
haven't paid
guy.
him a dime.
Awesome
and
guy.
we have conversations with him, like once a month, twice a month, and he gives us a ton of information on because how he started. He started his own business in Kansas City, Esports, and then he sold it, I think, to UEA, and then from there on, they bought him out, but he stayed in the organization and plays a big role in trying to grow it. And every like I said, once a month, twice a month, he we have little conversations here and there, or we'll have like 2-hour conversations with him, and he gives us a bunch of information for free. So it's just about like finding the right people.
It's crazy the mentors you get in this world they come out of nowhere. Because same thing with him. He was out of nowhere and he welcomed us with open arms. Had us join the UEA as partners with them, and he saw our vision. He said, "Fuck, I like you guys," and he
saw you guys were good people and willing to share the information.
And like with anything else, whenever you meet good people, one being right there, right in front of me, you want them to join. First it was just me and Luis, and we had I've never first met Andy this beginning of this year, and he helped me like nobody else did, especially out here. You know, most of our office was set up by Andy.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Andy.
Yeah, shout out to Andy for being the handyman, for being the
For sure.
And
hell
then,
yeah.
And then he started jumping on streams, and then we said, hey, you know what, Andy?
We want to make him the face of the company.
We had to fucking pick out that pattern that day. What was it? It was like for when we were just signing up.
Oh,
for
setting
the
up the username and shit.
It was like the
Yeah.
little pattern you had to like.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh,
he
the
did it like 6 times.
The
I was
mouse
like,
and the
fuck,
cheese.
bro,
Yeah, the
this
mouse and the
is-
cheese. That was
Yeah, it really takes a lot to find people that genuinely like see the vision and wants to join.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not like looking for that like cash, like pay me first and then I'll help you. Like,
Can you guys kind of like break that down? Because this is only 3 of you guys. So how do you guys like operate and stuff? Like how do you guys come up with decisions and shit like that?
So normally the concept is, so just kind of let everybody know, we stream on Twitch, and if you guys don't know what Twitch is, if you look up twitch.tv and you guys will see what it is. It's basically we go on there.
well, you can kind of explain to them that way. So pretty much, because I've been following Twitch for a minute.
Cool.
So Twitch pretty much is a platform kind of like YouTube, but for gaming, and it's live. So every time you're going to go there, you're going to see live gaming. So you're going to see pro gamers, you're going to see funny people, you're going to see all kinds of stuff. Even people go in there to chat.
Yeah.
Have a like regular conversation, and they build their audience and stuff. So if you really are into that, I think that's going to be a growing platform. Just check them out. Where can they find you guys?
Cube Esports, it's twitch.tv/Cube Esports GZ. All right?
Yes.
Cube
yes.
Esports GZ.
Tap in, man. It's fun stream.
It's crazy. So that's right now. That's our biggest bread and butter, which we never thought it was going to be. You know, when we first started this organization, we thought it was going to be, you know, our competitive team, or you know, we go out to tournaments. But once we started streaming, and it kind of just took off. Just today, we were talking to this guy from New York, and he was like, "Yeah, you guys were on the Twitch recommended page," and we're like, "Wait, what?" He goes, yeah. I saw you guys were on the recommended page on Twitch, so I jumped on. You guys are dope. And I don't know if they felt it, but I was kind of just taken back because I've seen those recommended pages, and I was reading like 2 months ago on how to get on those pages. And so when he told us, I looked at him and I was like, dude, that's pretty cool.
So how do you get on those pages?
I don't know.
Consistency.
It could be that.
Twitch does. Kind of sees the algorithm. They have their own algorithm and how they get channels to put them on the recommended page for all of Twitch.
And you guys are doing this weekly.
Yes.
Yeah, almost 3 days in a row.
3-4
3-4
times a
days.
week.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with streaming, bro. Like you have to be on it constant. Like
So you guys are doing
and
like
hours,
2 by yourself and then having the guests.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we have the Cube Chronicles where it's just us 3, and then we have some of the people that watch. They're like, "Hey, we want to play with you guys," and we're like, "Yeah, sure, hop on," you know, and we'll play with them, and like shoot the shit.
And there's no limit to how many people can hop on.
4. Depending on the game.
Yeah, depends on the game. But we play Call of Duty.
Wait, so on the stream though, there's only like how many people can be watching you guys at one
It
time?
can be
a shit
I've
ton,
seen
bro.
people
There's
from-
no limit.
No
No,
limit.
I've seen
No
people
limit.
from like a
like
million.
600. Like when Drake hopped on with Ninja, bro, they had like 600,000, 800,000 or some shit. Almost got to a million. So you got to keep in mind that there's 800,000 people
At that one
watching
time.
at the same time. That to me is mind blowing. Like,
I think the highest we've gotten is like 30 people
At a time.
and
At a time,
I was
yeah.
like, "What? Like,
Right.
This is crazy. 30 people."
And
so
dude, it sounds that. I mean, if you per se that number sounds like a little bit, but in Twitch world,
that's
oh no, I mean,
that's
yeah.
That's and it's crazy who we meet. For the people that are on there, freaking UK, Canada,
Spain.
Spain.
We got 2 guys from Spain that watch us.
It's awesome, and that actually.
I think it's more important the community. So if you guys can can keep those 30, like you're just gonna keep growing. That's what I'm more worried about is
Yeah.
like
What I
just holding
noticed
on to the
when
community.
we went on is that the people stayed on the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't like a crazy amount, they stayed on the whole time.
Exactly.
I'm
So it was like
that's what's up.
constant. Like I remember it was like 15. It would go to 11, 15, 18, but there was the people that kept commenting, boom, boom, boom. Like so to me, that was like dope. I
And
was
you
like,
guys are
damn.
how many months in?
about 2 months in,
Month and a half?
into month,
2 months, yeah.
almost 2 months now on
But
Twitch.
we've only been streaming for a month. Like where we're like, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, so
And
So you guys got a long road. You
Yeah.
know,
We
a
do.
long
And
and
you're
long
doing
and
it all the
fun
way
road.
from fucking Cali.
yeah, so
That's what's
right
crazy.
right
You
now.
guys are running this shit like from different
yeah.
states.
Going
Well,
back-
back to the question.
Back to the question of decision
how
making.
we run the business.
Okay, so whenever it comes to a business decision, if it's either me and Luis, and I will tell you right now, me and Luis have butted heads, and we still love each other. But sometimes when it comes to business decisions, we take the family side out sometimes. And so basically,
well, they don't know.
We're cousins. He's my cousin-in-law. I married Luis's cousin. Yeah. Whenever we have he has an idea, he tells me, he's like, hey, what do you think? Same thing. Hey, what do you think about this? Most of the time we agree to it because we don't ever ask for anything outrageous. Yeah. But if we disagree with something, whether it be something with money, and usually, like I said,
I don't think money. We don't think we've ever had problems with that.
Money, no. But in regards to what are we doing today? When are we gonna do this? Okay, you're in charge of this. Take care of this stuff. We kind of just go back and forth. And there's been times where I would say I'll drop the ball sometimes. There's been times where maybe there's some miscommunication on Luis's part, and I tell him, hey, dude, we could have communicated better on this. But then now we have Andy. Sometimes like this third mind, kind of perspective, because
you can be like, man, both of you niggas tripping.
Yeah, he has said that before. He's like,
hey, both
he's like, I see what both of you guys are saying, and both of you guys are wrong. And I'm like, okay, Andy's saying that. Okay.
Usually
all right, Andy. So what the fuck did we do?
Yeah,
man?
no, really. Andy's like our conscience sometimes.
So,
we're like, all right, Andy, what do you think? And
but we keep it simple. We keep it simple. Like I said, we're not too crazy. I think we respect each other. We all love each other. I say we're all family. Whenever we jump on the stream, it feels more comfortable because we're family. We're all family between the three of us, and I think that goes a long way into how we do everything, how we run everything. And like I said, this is a good time. Even me being in California, just jumping on Discord where we video chat with each other. I'm on the Twitch. I feel so comfortable doing it with them better than doing it alone, because there's a lot of Twitch streamers that do it alone. Yeah. And I give my hats off to them too, because when you do something alone like that, I don't know. I couldn't be able to do it.
That's what we were saying the other day about podcasting. Like, if the people it's just them, like, I'm like, fuck, bro. What would we talk about like that? Yeah. It gets, when you have guests or other people, at least you guys
different topics, different different conversations. So that's a plus of having guests, and it's been good.
So right now, who runs the Instagram? Because that shit is booming.
Me.
Hell yeah, good job, bro.
I usually do the Instagram, and I need to get back on Twitter, but I kind of stop doing that. But I usually do the Instagram. I'm usually the one running everything here as far as the cube, just because I live here and he's out there in California. But with his work schedule, Monday through Thursday, I know that he's free, and so I'll tell him hey, you need to do this, 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 and then he tells me the same thing. Hey, you need to do this, this, and this. But mostly, if it has to do with Oklahoma or anything local, like guest night, the marketing, I'm the one that reached out to you guys. I'm the one that, reaches out to local vendors and stuff like that. That's mostly me. Mm-hmm. Just again, I'm here. So I'm sure if he was here more often, we'd split the duties. But he does his work where, some people might not, realize what he's doing. But he handles a lot of the emails.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You made me feel nice right now.
I don't tell him that enough. That's one of the other things too. I'm from working at the bank, it's very ABC.
Boop, boop, boop.
Boom. You don't have to motivate me. You don't have to tell me, just you got to do this, this, and this, and that's it. You do your thing. Yeah. And so with him, I try not to do it as much, and I feel
you don't want to be that guy just handing off tasks.
Yeah, and
here you're gonna do this.
Yeah, and I hate micromanaging. I used to hate that when we had a manager that would micromanage. But
sometimes you need that shit.
Yeah, and that's where we don't really bump heads, but when we cross that road, sometimes I'll be like, hey, listen. Can you do it? You need to do this. You need to do it now.
And I'm fortunate enough where a lot of people work. I would say if I had a normal job, it'd be almost impossible to do what we do. I'm lucky enough where there's days where I have 4 days off a week, and then sometimes I have 5 days off a week, and I think that's where we're fortunate where I'm able to focus as much time on the business as I can, because if I worked a 5-day job, I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's another decision why I decided to get into this business. Is because I'm fortunate enough to be able to put in that much time on my days off, which I guess could have a toll sometimes, especially my marriage life and all that. Sometimes it's rough because there's been times where my wife's like, "Hey, it's your day off today. What the fuck?"
You're fucking streaming all day.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see it, but like I said, I don't know if you guys are married or not, or you have girlfriends, but when you're running a business. Obviously, you have a business, then you have your regular job, but then you have your important job, which is your marriage. You
gotta split.
You gotta balance that shit.
And a lot of people don't. see that. I mean, the number one thing for me is my wife. You know, as much as I put in work for the business and, you know, my regular job, my wife is my number one priority. And sometimes I forget. There's been days where I forget it, you know, and I'll admit it. And I'm pretty sure everybody who's married and has their schedule caught up. And my wife is my number one and should be my number one priority in regards to after the business. And that's something me and him talked about, at least because there was one day I said, I'm like, hey, bro, look, you know, it's your cousin. I know you love your cousin, and
I'm getting my ass chewed, man.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She's not shy. So
No, she's not shy.
She'll call and be like, hey, stop. Like, Tuesday's my day. Like, he ain't doing shit. And I'm like, all right, I guess.
Fuck your fucking Chronicles.
Yeah. She's like, fuck Andy, fuck you, fuck the Chronicles.
But yeah, just
going on
advice
a date.
for people that are married, and you know, I know sometimes we don't think about it, but take a day, and that's something that I did. Like, start Monday nights, I do my weekly date night with my wife, and like I said, and just advise people that are married or in relationships, don't forget about that important person, because there's gonna come a day where one day maybe this all fucking falls apart. Yeah, the business falls apart, fucking crashes or something happens. That one person's gonna be there for you, and I think sometimes we forget about that.
The other thing too is like she's very supportive. Our whole family is very, very supportive. We have a lot of family and friends that have been like rooting for us the whole way, and so it makes it easier when Natalie understands, you know, what he's doing. You know, he's not just out there wasting time playing games with his boys. She understands that we have a goal, and we're trying to reach this goal, or you know, whatever it is that we're doing. And but yeah, in the beginning,
some people are like, "Wait, you guys fucking play video games?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean work?"
Yeah.
So Luis, what do you do for a living? What do you tell them, bro? What do you tell them?
Me, I just keep it simple. Oh, I own an esports organization, and then I feel like that they're like, oh, what?
But man, to be honest, if you really like, when I thought about it, I was like, okay, I don't really fuck with games, but I can see how that shit is profitable. Like, it's not like I thought like, you know, fucking losers playing video games.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's money in that shit.
Yeah,
Like, you guys
yeah.
are fucking doing it for a reason. You know? Like,
So if you guys are like very big into gaming, so if you're an average gamer that loves to play games, but that's it, do you consider it a waste of time?
I feel like it's kind of like the person that likes to work on their car, and they're never gonna drive it. They're just working on a car because it's a classic or whatever. I mean, for some people, it's just an escape. It's kind of
but if you're working on your car most of
I
the
think
time,
it can become an addiction though, because
Yes,
I know some motherfuckers that be tripping.
absolutely.
right? No, but like what I'm saying is because like when you work on your car is on your time off, and it's like like I don't know, it's like a trophy. But when you play video games and
I mean,
you don't have,
whenever you become that gold platinum dragon or some shit, that's a trophy.
yeah, but it's like who are you friend with that?
I think
like,
it's just
it,
depends
like
on the person.
You know, it's funny. He just brought this up in our stream earlier, because we took the whole week off last week.
Yeah, we took a week off.
Yeah.
We took a week off, and he said it, and we've talked to other streamers, and like I said, we won't name names, but a couple of streamers that, you know, that we talked to and we're kind of friends with and we're affiliates with, they're like, hey, I'm having some problems. You know, I need to take some time off.
Yeah.
Because even though it looks like fun, you know, it's fun. You know, you're playing, you're interacting with people, with your boys, but it's so consuming mentally, because there's been times where we do 4-hour streams and it's consuming mentally, and sometimes it could emotionally get there. Like the people that put in 10 hours, and think about it, they don't get any, like, they only have like 10 followers,
yeah.
you know, like 10 views.
because you got to put mad hours to start your
it can
like
be depressing. Like,
It
damn,
could be, and
fuck
some
my
of them
life.
need to take some time off. And we said it today, and we talked to some of our streamers today that view us, that follow us. We told them, hey, don't forget to take some time off, because that week that you take off is just. And I'm talking about, don't game. You know, just spend time with family, enjoy it, and then come back to it, because streaming and gaming.
And then
takes
I'm
a
sure
toll
like
on your
that
mind.
fucking, like, I don't know, I'm not no scientist, but that like gaming for that long probably does some shit to like your nervous system
yeah,
or something.
absolutely.
Because
I
you're
feel
like
like a zombie.
like
Yeah.
you're like thinking,
Absolutely.
oh shit, like you're going, but you're not moving, or you're not, like, it's a lot of energy.
they do it.
that's-
Yeah, like when you game for hours, like take that at least 15-minute break. Let's say you guys are doing like a 6-hour, 8-hour stream, whatever. Like take at least a 15-minute break in between those.
You have to.
Go outside, stretch, and drink water and shit. Because it's like there's been
Your
cases.
brain is going
there's
crazy.
been
Yeah.
cases where they did like a 24-hour stream, And then the guy died because he wasn't hydrating or nothing. He was just stuck in that goddamn game. Stuck, sitting down, like
Died.
just
It's
playing.
crazy,
Died,
dude.
bro.
That's
That's
crazy.
fucking weird.
No certain, like, there was no, like, circulation. There was, like, he was dehydrated.
His
So
brain
it's
was
like,
going for fucking
like
that
you
many
forget
miles
to
an
eat
hour.
or you forget
Right.
to drink
Yeah.
water,
So-
like you forget your essentials and because you're streaming for like 12 hours and you're just
But you're
like,
still fucking marking them.
yeah,
Right.
you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
going crazy.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
I mean, like he was saying, you have to take that time off. Like for me, I've never gamed this long. I would game for maybe an hour tops, and I would switch it up. You know, Call of Duty, FIFA, and then boom, go do whatever.
Was there a point though where you were going crazy? Like you were like sitting there doing some, like damn, I need to chill the fuck out.
I think there was one day where we did
All
we
three
did
of
like
us.
maybe 4 or 5 hour stream, and I think we all kind of said to ourselves, "Wait, what the fuck? I'm feeling." You get fucking exhausted.
Yeah,
you
you
just
feel
think you just hit
weird.
the gym for like 2 hours, 3 hours, dude, because you are feeling fucking exhausted. Like I was cranky, and I know fucking Andy gets cranky after like 2-3 hours, you know. So yeah, it's good that we kind of remind each other, like, hey, you know what? Let's stop it right here.
Because there's even pre-workout for
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
shit.
That
we-
one I was like blown away.
Yeah,
Like I was
so,
like, what? There's pre-workout
Yeah,
for
it's
this?
crazy.
And I took it and I was like, oh man, I do not like
Yeah.
this. Like it's not like a body thing. It's like your brain is just like tuned in and you're just like, I've never
kinda
done
like-
Adderall, but if
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like that's how it would
I
feel.
was going to say, it's kind of like Addies.
Yeah,
Boy,
that's
I
what-
was like,
that's what it would be like. Right
never
there,
done
dude.
Adderall, but
He just maybe he just looks right, dude.
maybe he's been sneaking into the queue,
twax.
taking some of those
Boy.
scoops. He's been taking some of them scoops. Yeah, it's a whole nother
But
world.
yeah, because I had to sell my PlayStation 4 as much as I love gaming, but I'm just an average gamer and I love it. But it was really like, instead of me finishing an edit for either the podcast or like a project or a client, I would be like, this 2K right now sounds good. I got to get my player up, and I would spend hours there. So
Let me
it's like,
treat myself.
yeah. So I would spend hours there, but like at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm doing the same cycle because next year the new game comes out. So the my player that has all these badges and shit, I got to start all over.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
And then if like you weren't doing anything as far as content goes, and
Right.
you were
Yeah.
you were being a consumer. Like,
Yeah, like I
that's
did
what you
content.
guys are, but you guys are actually like,
Exactly, and that's my whole point. Like, if you're not into like content, like you're not streaming.
So
you're not
that's
doing-
what you were asking. Like if somebody's
exactly
just gaming
average,
for.
average
Yeah.
for like fun, and they put like, because there's people that do it at work, and
But
that
if it wasn't for those motherfuckers, then people would like.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The like organizations wouldn't be booming if it wasn't for those people that are stuck on that shit. Just
I mean,
It's like
really
crack,
think about
like-
it. The people that some people are like, when I tell them like at my job, like, oh, you have a business? What do you guys do? And I tell them, oh, I do this. Hey, follow me on Twitch. Follow me and my boys on Twitch. We get on, and they're like, wait, what do you do on there? I'm like, we game. People they watch us and talk to us. They're like, people watch. This is exactly how they do it. People watch you guys game and talk. I'm like, yeah, we talk shit and game. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, people have donated money to us.
Yeah,
when
that's
we're on
the
there.
weird
It's
one too. Yeah, they
It's
just
weird,
drop like
bro.
$5, $10.
Yeah.
in.
And
That's-
then
like,
we'll just be talking, and then we'll be like, we see like they just donated so much, like maybe 100 bits or like $20, and we're just like, what the fuck? Thank you, bro. We appreciate that.
Like-
You guys are keeping us doing what we're doing, and it like I said, and sometimes it goes from like, I think we've had like
That's-
11-year-olds, fucking
Yeah.
20-year-olds, 40.
That's the cool thing about like the esports community. I feel like there's no age restriction. You
Yeah.
guys can pull anybody from any age and shit. So that's pretty cool.
And we're still learning. We're still learning. We're still. I'm not gonna tell you here and say I know it all, because I fucking hell no, I don't. And
No.
there's been times where these our followers, they're telling us, hey, you guys should do this. We're like, oh fuck yeah, we should. We didn't think about that.
then we
Because
implement
they've been doing this longer than we have, and we just been fortunate enough and blessed enough to, let's say, gain a bigger following in such a short time. It's just, and I tell Luis, it's about, and with anything else, it's about being consistent, bro. About keeping that same mindset that we're doing, and keep growing. Because the minute you start getting complacent, that's when we start. You know what? Let's just, we don't have to do anything this week, or let's stop reaching out to guests. And tomorrow night we have Josh Sal, and if you guys know the rapper Josh Sal, he's gonna be our guest night. He's being guest night.
Oh,
tomorrow.
you talked about it. He says probably one of your biggest guests,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, and we're doing a giveaway too. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the guest night. Now, do you guys have specific people, or if
No.
somebody and their mamas hit you up, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
Yep.
So pretty
Get
much,
in.
I mean, like, if you have either it's not just business, but if you have a business,
I got a coworker that as soon as I told him like, hey, our neighbors is doing gaming and stuff, he was like, oh, I want to get in, man.
Yeah, everybody. A lot of people have. They've been like, I told people.
So I was like, they are doing a guest night, but I don't know exactly. I got to ask them what's the deal.
Yeah, it's pretty much if either you have a business or you have a message that you want to put out there.
Or he can talk. He can talk.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you want to put out there.
Yeah,
you just let us know. And like that's in the beginning, we were reaching out to people. Like we reached out to you guys, and you guys were like, yeah, cool, come in. And then we're getting so much traction and we were having this conversation the other day where people are like now hitting us up, be like, hey, I want to be on this.
Time.
And I was just like, I called them and I was like, somebody reached out to us. Like, what is this? So like, I mean, we just take anybody.
It's all about the experience. I think that's what like I get excited and like just when our guests walk in the door and they see like, whoa, I've been seeing this behind my phone screen and like I get to be here and like, what the fuck? Yeah. So that right there is satisfying. Same with us when we went to you guys. Yeah. We were like, whoa, what the fuck is this? I'm expecting that your garage lease and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, and that felt so good whenever you guys came in and you guys were just like, what?
That shit was like motivating.
Yeah, to me it felt rewarding. Yeah. Like you guys came in and were like, this shit is crazy. Like there's nobody doing this. Like you guys are doing something right. So in my mind, I was like, oh fuck. Like, okay, we are doing something right.
And shout out to the QB boys, man, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this awesome
exactly. And we were talking about that off camera, and it's crazy because they were telling me that they were looking for like a place, and they couldn't find one, so they gave up. And then
so
continue, man.
I was literally we had looked for
we're gonna buy a house.
We're about to mortgage a fucking house, bro.
We're gonna buy a house.
We're like, hey,
by all means, man.
Dude. We're like, oh, dude, boom, Esports house. Fucking awesome, dude.
Disclaimer: we're not rich. We don't have money. We just saved up a lot of money.
We're dudes with a dream, and we just
we just.
So we were looking.
I like you boys. You guys like set a goal and like we're gonna fucking get this.
So I was like, fuck. We had to look at offices. Like, oh, it's too expensive, bro. Or this house. You know what? Nah, this house that we were about to fucking get. They stole it already.
They photoshopped that. Like they made it look so clean. I was like, oh man, this house looks nice. We show up there. Oh man,
no, it looks fucking gross.
And it's crazy because if you think about it, we were gonna do the same thing with an apartment. You remember?
Yeah, we're gonna turn that shit whatever,
bro. we kept looking. I'm like, damn, these places are expensive.
Dude, you start fucking getting.
It was like $2,000 fucking dollars for an office. Like hell no.
Yeah.
And it's funny because at the moment you kind of said to yourself, oh fuck, this is great, dude. Look, we'll have a kitchen there. We'll have this here. You start selling it to yourself. Yeah. Like, fuck yes. And then
to be honest, it sounds pretty fucking awesome still.
It does. It does.
Like,
hey, home away from home, fucking dope.
But it does make it like a little less professional whenever you're that comfortable. You're kind of just like,
exactly. Shout out to what's her name? Shit, I forgot.
Maria.
The owner?
No, Isabel.
Isabel.
Shout out to Isabel.
She's dope. She's dope. She really fucks with the movement. So that's clutch. So you guys were looking for the place.
So then I'm like, you know what, Luis? I found this place, dude. It's a little small place. I don't know if you know this location. It's called Greenbrier Offices. I don't know.
And it's hard to find. I would never imagine.
I'm not from out here, okay? So I was just fucking, hey, let's go check it out. He goes, fuck it, let's go check it out. So we go in there and we walk into this lobby.
It was actually this office.
Yeah, so these offices used to be connected. So we walk in, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is...
Leans against the
we're outside, right? This is fucking nice. And I'm like, fuck, you think it's open? And I go, click. I'm like, oh, shit, at least it's unlocked. Let's go. And we, like...
Normal people would have been like, oh, let's go to the office.
We literally broke into this place. Yeah, we fucking went in there. And we're like, dude, this is fucking nice. And then we didn't know the price of anything of it. So then I'm like, hey, let me just hit up this manager guy or the real estate guy that was selling it. Hit him up. He was like, oh, is this much? We're like, how much? Yeah, it was like that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we're like, all right, sign us up. And he's like, all right, let me talk to the Isabel, the owner of the place. She hit us up. She talked to, hey, where are you guys? What do you guys do? She's like, hey, I like it. Let's do it.
She's professional, but she can just kind of read you.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
and I knew it was meant to be because we always have to explain what we do, esports. I knew it was meant to be when we were like, oh, you probably never heard of this. It's esports. And she was like, oh, I know what that is.
My son's involved
in it, like at OU or whatever. And so from there on, I was like, yes, this was meant to be. Like, this is happening.
And that's weird because the podcasting was at first I didn't know how people were going to take it. Like, because I didn't even know I didn't know what it was. Like, I was just talking shit. And then out of nowhere, it's like, people are like, y'all podcast? I'm like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's
like a new thing or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you think about it, bro, the Apple Podcast was on the iPhone forever.
Yeah. Oh,
Forever.
Nobody
The first
ever used
iPhone. And nobody fucking pay attention to
Yeah.
it. And now it's like everybody now is just jumping onto it and everybody wants to, make money and like start their podcast, So it's like crazy. This is going to become $1 billion business just like the esports. So
and something that you guys, when you guys were on our guest night, something that you said stuck with me, and it's been sticking with me since, when you guys said, fuck the numbers. You guys just do what you do, and you'll be happy.
Yep.
And since then, because at first, I was that person. I was like, hey, look at our numbers, and I was so caught up with that, like, hey, look, we're growing. And at that, when you guys met us, we were like at 750 followers. Now I saw we're like at 900 something. But since then, I haven't, I haven't even cared about it, and we're so much
such
happier.
better. Because I can tell you, man, if you guys put the content and it's good. Let it just season. It's gonna season.
And I think it's one of those things where like eventually you can pay attention to it. Like shit. Last night I was looking at the Instagram for our thing, and I was like, okay, I haven't paid attention to it, and is it this number? So what if I did start paying attention to it now?
Yeah.
Like it might start moving more. But you gotta balance it.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
do.
saying? To where it's not. That's not all you're thinking about.
Surprise yourself.
Right.
Not just,
And then you don't get down if one stream or didn't perform, because like we have like episodes where it didn't perform the way I wanted to, but I'm like, the content was good, the podcast was good, I had fun with it, and whoever taps in, if it had 50 views or whatever the case is, like those 50 people that watched, I know they enjoyed it and learned something from it. So that's the way I see shit.
I think where it kind of helps too is that he's not on social media, so he doesn't know how the numbers work and all that
trends
stuff.
and all that shit.
And so when he gets on it, he's just kind of like, oh, okay, we're there. And I'm the one that's kind of like constantly going at it. But I listen to him and just like, I don't worry how many likes we like or
I'll tell everybody about social media
followers and stuff like that.
If you're like, there's nothing wrong with social media. There's nothing wrong with it. Trust me, it's cool. Like,
no, yeah, there is. There's a lot of wrong shit with it.
Andy, tell him about that.
A lot of
tell him about
But this is what my quick say on is, with fucking social media, I've seen that shit ruin marriages, ruin relationships, ruin fucking. It's been bad.
If you don't know how to, it has its pros and its cons.
So
that's what I was about to say.
Right.
It's pros and cons.
Yeah.
The thing it grabs the way it grabs our mind though is that it's kind of unfair. Like it's like for kids and shit like that. It literally is like the casino or like a drug. It makes you addicted. It's like
a program to be that way.
Yeah.
If you
so
think
if,
about
if kids are using this shit, how can they can't be careful on
right.
it.
Look at fucking TikTok, bro. I've seen some of my fucking coworkers are on that shit
hours.
Work for
hours.
5 hours straight.
Hours.
And like I'm right next to them, right? And I just hear the fucking same song. And like I said, I don't fucking judge, but I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it's been 5 fucking hours.
They're probably saying the same thing about us when we're playing.
It's all designed for that
crazy,
shit.
dude.
Yeah, it's
And
all
it's
designed.
actually kind of sad, man. It's like when you see somebody that is like fucked off on drugs. Almost.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like-
kinda. It's kind of,
It is, bro,
yeah.
because you'll be sitting there and then people are just on their phone like zombies and shit.
Wait, Andy, you got a story?
Yes,
Yeah,
Andy,
Andy,
go ahead.
Andy,
He
go
has a
ahead.
It's almost
beautiful story
like,
for this.
like,
Andy,
bro,
go ahead, baby, go ahead.
I want to have a conversation with you.
He's not mad at you. He's like, fucking.
Andy, go ahead.
Andy.
Let him know about your
cleanse.
escape, your cleanse. Yes, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Hit your ass down right there.
Come on, boy. Yeah, shit's crazy, man.
I don't have like a crazy story. I don't feel like, but I did go on like a cleanse for like probably about a month and a half. Just one day, I realized, I lost my job, not because of being on the phone or anything, that's COVID related, but lost my job. I was sitting at home, and I just realized like I just kept refreshing Instagram, and nothing new at all. It just was like the same picture, and I was like, my phone bugging out, internet down or something. Why is this thing not refreshing? And it was just me. I'd like refresh it, put it in my pocket, do whatever I was doing, and then be like, whip it out again, check it again, and then I was like, dude, I'm addicted. I'm like fucking addicted. Like this is like a habit, a bad habit. I need to drop it. So I deleted Instagram, and then I was on Facebook. The only real reason I would use Facebook was for like birthdays and like Facebook Marketplace. Dude, I love a good deal.
Right.
Like I'll get on the Marketplace. I'm like, damn.
I used to be on the marketplace, but I'm like, fuck that. Because it's you can get addicted to it just like seeing the, hey, you never know. I might find the right deal.
Spend like
Yeah,
crazy, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna like delete. Like I'm gonna do a hard reset. I'm not gonna like just delete it off my phone because I know I'm going to get on my PC or my laptop or whatever, and then I'm going to like get on it again. So I did a hard reset, deleted all my profiles, all that stuff. And after like probably 2 weeks, you know, I finally kicked the habit. I felt like I kicked the habit where it wasn't like.
So how long were you off of
of social media? So I recently got back on just for this, like with Twitch and just like Instagram and stuff like that, communicating with people and all that. I don't get on it as much as I used to before, like, you know, every 5-10 minutes, like maybe like 2 or 3 times a day. But I feel a lot better. I feel like healthy, like almost like.
You don't like depend on it anymore.
Yeah, it's like stopping, like it's like not drinking Coke or just switching to water only or something like that. I just feel like a lot cleaner. So like the whole story with like the social media thing, it's not like crazy, but I feel like it's needed more nowadays.
Right.
Like to just like
disconnect.
Yeah, for sure.
Hard disconnect.
Dude, social media is also good for people. Like, and same thing goes to Twitch and social media and Instagram and TikTok and you can name it. But I've noticed that the pro I see sometimes and stuff like that is sometimes, and you know, a lot of people don't realize it, and I've noticed it with Twitch, some of the guys that we talk to, sometimes your home life sucks. Sometimes people that are around you that they just maybe bash on you. Sometimes you get a family outside of, you know, the rule. And like I said, there has its pros and cons, but I've seen people that would be called so-called loners, that maybe don't have friends, you know, on the outside or don't talk to as many people, or maybe they have a shitty home life. But once you get on Twitch, on Instagram, on TikTok, you get some type of acceptance, social acceptance, and like anything else, like with maybe podcasts, it's its own little family, you know. Same thing with social media and TikTok and gaming. It's its own little family, and you get the
build a community.
Yeah,
and it's a community acceptance, and that I'd say that's the pro in my opinion. That sometimes you not only do you get to connect with the people you care about, but sometimes you get that acceptance, and like I said, sometimes it could get those people that maybe are on the verge of maybe they're depressed like that, and somebody could cheer them up their day. And when we get on Twitch, when people tell us like today they message us, hey, you guys have a good time, you guys, you know, make us happy. There's one Crasty, you know, she told us, you know, I had death in my family yesterday, but watching you guys cheered me up today, made my day better.
Never met this person.
Never met him, but they said that, and that's when we told ourselves, you know what, our esports organization, yes, we're gonna do the tournaments and we're gonna, you know, do the competitive level, but we really started focusing on streaming and producing content. Yeah. Right now, that's what we're doing mostly, producing content on Twitch, on Instagram. One, because of COVID, but two, because we noticed how many lives we affect. And like I said, I think we all have a good time doing it too. It's a blessing that we're able to do what we do. Because not everybody can. Not everybody has an office. So it's a blessing. And if we could welcome people, and like I said, and I did it more for at least the community of Oklahoma. Not everybody has a gaming PC. Yeah, they're fucking expensive, dude. And we talked to Abdul, the guy from UA. He said it, and like I said, I don't like bringing up race or anything, but he's like, he told us this, and I don't know if, you know, we talk about this, but he said the esports, you know, community was originally built for those with money. He's like, but we for a while they forgot like where they really built for, you know, our brown and black folks. He told us that, and he told us he's like it wasn't. He goes, so that's why he got into it, because he wanted to reach out to these communities that don't. And I told that to him, like, hey, dude, you know, if we want to provide that to maybe the people that don't, you know, if we could give back somehow, let's do it.
And one way we do that is we rent our center fairly cheap, you know, $25, and you can be there all day. And there are people that take advantage of that. Most LAN centers, like in LA, New York, Chicago, it's like $10 an hour, $12 an hour.
An hour.
We're doing $25 for the whole day, and we've had kids come in, be here from like 2 to like 10 when we close.
Yeah, that's a steal. I mean, I feel like if we talk about it in the business side, I don't think it's much profitable.
No. We're barely making do, yeah.
So it's like, I mean, it's a good thing for the kids, but I feel like
honestly, so now we're going back to business. So we noticed that obviously it's going to take time to like you said, fully profit. That it's going to take time. But once COVID hits, we have a lot of plans, especially of like running small little tournaments.
Yeah, that's where the big money's at. Just COVID is kind of like
just fucking it up.
Yeah,
just
messing everything up. Yeah.
We didn't realize. I I ain't lie, like we're making money off Twitch, and right now it's not a lot of money, but there's some people that don't make any money off Twitch, and we're making money off Twitch, and it's little by little. I'm like, hey, fuck, hey, Luis, we made this much on Twitch, bro. So that's why we started so much focusing on this Twitch content, because if we get fortunate and we hit big, we hit big and we make it. Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna take care of each other.
It's just a matter of time, but you know, I feel like you might not think Andy, going back to the Andy thing, so we can just close that part out. Is you might not think it's a big deal, but I feel like it is, because maybe somebody that's going through the same thing where they're like, oh shit, I really am addicted to this social media. I need to tone this shit back down. So like, yeah, man, if you can, every time you can share that story, share it, bro. Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I feel like it's not as big of a story. It's not like.
Well, it's like you admitted you had an addiction, which you were stuck to this goddamn device. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I feel like I was addicted, and looking at it kind of like, you know, now that I feel like I've gotten kind of past my addiction, I see other people that are way more into social media and stuff than I am. Because even before, whenever I was like on my phone all the time, I'm not like, you know, a social media influencer or anything. You know, I'm not constantly on my phone. I'm not. None of that, but I see friends and family members and even just people on Instagram that are just constantly on it. And I wasn't anywhere near where they were, but just like my kind of like small story of like disconnecting and like feeling a lot better afterwards. If it can help somebody, if somebody hears it and they're like, yo, maybe I should, you know, take like a week or two off, like take 3 or 4 weeks off. Because a week or two, it doesn't reset anything. A week or two, you're still like, grabbing your phone and like going, where's the app? Like, I noticed too many times where I'd swipe over to where my Instagram
used to be
app was, and I'm like tapping and it like open up notes, and then I'm like,
the important people will text you or call you. Deleted it. The important people in your life will text you, call you, or meet with you. You know,
pull up.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that people lived without social media. Not that long back, you know, like 2010 stuff was still kind of like, I mean, I remember MySpace and Zynga and all that stuff, but
things that you had to do on your computer, like the MySpace, the Messenger. Sit down, exactly. And it was like, I used to do that shit. I would temporarily, a couple hours, out.
Was like logged in.
Yeah.
Messenger and shit.
Like, bro, you don't got me in your top friends in MySpace, bro? Fuck you.
We were actually talking about that.
The borders just right. The music playing, the red
It taught you how to code. MySpace taught you how to code for the first time. Like, you had to go on there and be like, I'm gonna change the color to this.
And then you had to see like if your page was pimping more than your homies. Like, nah, my shit lit.
Music
you
on
had your
there.
music on there.
I got the badass fucking 50 Cent going on, dude.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
Those were the days.
Yeah, but that's I feel like that's needed, man. So appreciate you letting.
Like there's like a fine line though between being like addicted and then like just being connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Being connected is fine. Like you guys were talking about like community and stuff like that. It's great. You can bring the whole world together with like just the thing in your pocket, you know, with the phone. But at the same time, you fall into it or whatever. You get lost. I don't remember who it was. It's like some rappers like you get lost in the sauce or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But like Gucci Mane or someone like that. But yeah, dude, you can really get lost in that. You know, and it's.
This up and coming generation right now. I have a 10-year-old cousin, a little cousin, dude, and I'm telling you, bro, I'm imagining when he's 20 years old how it's gonna be, because when I was fucking 9, 10, 11, I was all about fucking sports and just being out and about. Yeah. I didn't have a fucking phone till maybe high school.
He's a social media influencer.
Dude, it's funny, dude.
Yeah, he's got 30K followers on TikTok.
I saw him on TikTok, dude, right? And they're like, hey, look at this TikTok. And I'm like, I don't have TikTok, but they showed me, and I'm like, wait, this is David on TikTok? And they showed me, and I'm like, and I looked at him, and this little, like, scrawny little kid just playing games, and I'm like, wait, that's him playing this? And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And he goes out, but it's not like me, you know, and now he's on TikTok, he's messaging people, and he's 10 years old, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I remember as a 10-year-old, fuck no. One, I was out and about playing sports, or my parents were like, the fuck? No, you're not gonna be talking to nobody online. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, in 10 years, I'm interested to see where that generation is in 10 years from now.
I think what's going to happen with TikTok is going to get to the point where seeing those big numbers is going to be so normal, because the algorithm is so crazy. I mean, every time you go for the For You page, all those posts have thousands and thousands,
Yeah.
if not millions of likes and
Yeah.
comments. So it's gonna get to the point where like, oh, he has 500,000. Oh, he has so and so. Like that number is gonna become common,
It's kinda
at
crazy.
least on TikTok. Because they make it easy, which is good. Get your little followers. You just gotta execute. Know what's the trend. Add your spice to it, and then keep posting constant.
Have your fucking storefront. That way they like have shit ready. Because if you have all that following, and then you'll have like
Capitalize.
Yeah.
Capitalize.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
I think those are the people that get it. They're not doing it for the followers per se. It's like they understand that they can influence.
You should definitely.
So
have
why
a vision.
not make money off
You
of
should
it,
definitely have
you
a
know?
vision when you're doing
So-
stuff like
Exactly,
this. You need
exactly.
to have a vision.
So the guest night, I'm excited for that, to see that growing, man, because we had a lot of fun when we were on there. So what are the plans right now for you guys to just keep, like, what are the plans? Like, where do you see you guys in 5 years?
On the business side, we want to host tournaments. I mean, I think for me as somebody from Oklahoma City, it'd be cool to have one of those big tournaments like at the Chesapeake Arena. Like that would be the dopest thing ever. I know like one thing, it's not really equivalent, but like when Alex Salcedo fought, like that dude's from here. Like to me, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like that was big to me, at least. I was like, yo, like this is a kid from Oklahoma City. He went out, chased his dream, and now he brought it back to the city, So for me, that would be something that I would want to see QB Sports be part of, that we bring those big, events to Oklahoma City. And then on the non-business side, I really want to start probably next year, once COVID is over with, a nonprofit. So we can help, like you said, kids that might not have the resources for the really fancy computers. They can come in, play, hang out with their friends, and it's in a safe environment. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, there were some kids that were in, they were like 3 or 4 of them. And they were playing, I think it was like a Saturday, they were playing till like 1 a.m. And, I asked them, I was like, what would you guys be doing if, you weren't here? And they were like, probably, up to no good or something like that. So I want that to happen, where we're an organization that's helping the city, not just on the business side for esports, but also, giving out, help to the community that can't afford the fancy machines or, the high internet,
And hopefully, like you said, 5 years, I'm hoping that esports has grown, because I see, I've seen more esports things going on, more like groups, more businesses. So hopefully in 5 years, we've all, kind of partnered up in a way to where like, oh shit, OKC is not just QB Sports, but there's esports going on in OKC, and people are coming from, Cali, New York, to come to a big event here in Oklahoma City, because most of the time those big events,
Dallas, LA,
Arlington,
San
California,
Diego.
New York.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we're hoping to be. But if we're thinking just small term, keep on doing Twitch content. Keep on growing our stuff here. And
I'm excited for the tournaments.
And once we start tournaments, we're excited
like
for
we've
that.
had plenty of people ask us like, hey, are you guys doing tournaments? When are you guys doing them? When are you guys doing them? And we can do them right now, but with the whole COVID thing,
Why risk it?
Yeah,
Why risk it?
We don't want to risk it, and
So
last thing we want to be is on News 9. They're like, COVID hotspot.
These motherfuckers out
QB
here.
Sports.
Yeah, so at the moment, you just got to be limited as far as like the people. It's like what we were talking about. It's like it's got to be limited, people sometimes pull up with the entourage and shit, and it's like, goddamn, man, goddamn, So yeah, we don't know how long this shit's gonna last, so we just gotta keep going with the flow and adapting and overcoming. So we'll see how that goes, but. Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to help the community as well, man. I feel like, and shout out to Top Benz because he created a group where he wanted to do something.
Yes. Yeah.
He's just trying to find what's the best way. He wants to help communities, especially he's targeting the Hispanic community to kind of give back to those in need. Because he were like, yeah, man, people got the stimulus checks, but there's certain families that didn't get that shit and like they need help. So if we can help in any way, whether it's clothes, toys for kids, or even food, I think it's like, what I'm saying? I think that's big. And I saw it. I was like, damn. When I seen that, I was like, damn, we can, like me and AV can put up a dope ass, like little I don't know if you would call it a documentary, but like a video where we all like seeing like the community, QB Sports, Top Bins.
Yeah.
You got Dylan. You got, you know what I'm saying, all these people, creative, all these businesses, you know what I'm saying, like doing something, coming together to bring,
To help other
to
people.
help, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that would like, I pictured, I was like, fuck, that would be dope. And like, it just makes Oklahoma grow, you know?
Yeah.
Makes them come together. Cause I did see also a thing on the news that this chef, he works at a restaurant and stuff, but on his spare time, he cooks for like people, for big families and shit. So that to me was like, whoa, like there's people out here, you know, trying to make a difference. So
Yeah.
I fucks with that. I do fucks with that.
I think it's just part of the movement, giving back to, like you said, the people, you know?
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation before where I feel like Oklahoma City, we're about to explode. Like, whether you start a business, whether you start a podcast, esports, photography, whatever it is that you start right now, I don't know what it is, but I feel like we're about to just be on another level where we're going to bring that attention. So doing things like that definitely, you know, helps out, you know, the community. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, like it's cool what we do and everything. But like you said earlier with that McCrasty, with one of our followers, it felt good that we were brightening somebody else's day. It was different. Like you
didn't think about no money.
Get to the mic.
Yeah.
Get on the mic.
Tag him in.
Yeah, you too comfortable over there, Bubs. Shit.
Whenever you got that compliment, you didn't think about no money or none of that shit. It's just like,
Oh yeah, that's I think.
And I think
Just
that
do
just
it.
helps the culture as well, because now I had this conversation. We were never, like, it was never meant for the Hispanic community to follow us, like, as much as they've been following us here in Oklahoma City. And it didn't make sense until you guys came on. I was like, it's probably because some of these kids have never seen like a Hispanic I don't know what they call us, like Twitch person or whatever. And
Streamer.
so streamer or whatever.
Twitchero.
Hey, oh my God. Oh, hey. It's done. We're going to put that on the shirts. Hashtag Twitchero. I'm going to start putting that on everything.
Write that down. Write that down
Bro,
before you-
hold up. Where's my phone?
Yeah.
Hey, I get a percentage of that shit.
You got 5%.
Yeah, write
That's
that down
awesome.
and
Hold
get
on.
to it, man. Because
Bro, it's funny because today I was listening to the radio and the dude was saying, he's like, Mexicans, all they do is le ponen ero al final de todo. Carpintero, soldadero.
I think it's
Twitchero.
Hispanics in general, bro.
Yeah.
Like, even if you think about it, like anything, like Puerto Riqueño, like tablero, you know.
They just fucking...
Yeah. Like it's funny, but I like that. I think that would be trippy.
It's crazy.
Like, you guys got merch out and everything?
We don't
Or-
sell it though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
So,
because I like that. I like that especially.
Yeah.
That's like the baseball type shit. Okay.
It's on the way. Our guy, we were going to get it in California. Because
Who made those? Who made that one
were-
specifically?
which one
Wooder Apparel. That one reached out to like an actual like like they solely focus on like these type of apparel, because
I like that.
Not anybody just does like a baseball tee. So
Right.
it's called Wooder Apparel.
Is it on an online thing?
Yeah, online thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into
They actually
that.
take some time to get this because they're actually from the Philippines, so they're very affordable. I'd say that much. This like normally this will run you like about maybe $100, but these types of they're very affordable. So if you look them up, you look at the prices, very very affordable. And
Man, I like the QB boys. They got the plugs,
Yeah,
man.
they got
Oh, the guy that
plugs.
was, made our shirts and our hoodies.
Dude, and we had this. If you guys need shirts, I don't know how much you're paying for shirts, but I met this guy in California just out of work. You know, I was working my my Chinese coworker. He's like, wait, we need shirts. Come on, bro, I'm Chinese. I got the hookup. He may put me with his friend, and dude, he was giving me a sweet deal, and we were about to get him out here, and then he got COVID.
Oh.
So, he's okay though, but he got COVID. And he's like, hey, Jose, I had to postpone shipment for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, bro. He's like, he told me, like, I'll ship it out to OKC for free.
Yeah, for sure. Keep that shit, bro.
Yeah.
So if you get
Burn it and make
Fuck
us
you,
new ones.
COVID. Fuck
Burn
you.
that and make us new ones, please.
Tired of your shit, man.
So yeah, I mean,
Damn.
it's crazy how connected we are. But we want to start because people like you say, hey, look, that's a cool sweater.
Yeah.
I really don't know too much about how to sell stuff like this and shirt merchandise, because I know
I
there's,
think
like, stores and all that.
what I always tell everybody that's starting clothing or they want to sell merch and shit, rep it for the longest. Rep it on all.
Yeah.
Like if you do content, especially on all your videos, rep it, and then sell it.
Yeah.
Because they see it, they keep seeing it, they keep seeing it.
Let me get one of them.
Like,
Bro,
oh,
I don't
shit.
got one.
Right.
That's actually the
yeah,
conversation we had
yeah.
with one of our viewers. He was like, "Y'all got merch," and we're just kind of like, "Oh fuck, we
I
do,
have
but we
this.
don't." Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
these boys they got business cards, bro. So like, we just ordered ours, and I go to the places, hand them out. I'm like, God damn, bro, you.
Yeah, we go to Best Buy. So if you go to Best Buy in OKC, you might find one of our cars.
I was
just
thinking,
hidden.
bro, because like our marketing is fucking weak right now. So I was like, man, I might start on some like graffiti, old school shit. Start putting stickers everywhere and shit. Like,
Slap that shit, dude.
Honestly.
Slap that shit on there.
we might be on the news though, huh? Half Court Podcast vandalizing the city.
Next thing you know, when they raiding the half court podcast and shit, you got the SWAT team coming in. You the motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Because man, I think like that type of marketing is undervalued nowadays.
Yeah.
Like people think that you have to have a pop in social media. Like you can still fucking. I guess with COVID now, you really shouldn't. But fuck,
Fuck COVID.
fuck you, COVID. God
okay,
damn.
for real. So I guess you can't even pass out fucking business cards. Man.
I never thought about that.
For real, I just thought
Damn,
about
we're
it.
out
Ah,
here spreading
shit.
COVID at Best Buy. Oh no.
Hey, yeah, I ain't gonna say shit about that.
Like just spray.
But I mean, like
Lysol.
like
There you
even
go.
just like if going to a place and like putting up a fucking poster somewhere, like
Yeah.
you know, popular place, you see that poster every
like flea market type shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
We pretty much put them everywhere. When I went to my gym, I saw they had like a little section. I was like,
boom.
boom, put them on there. I mean, I go to what's it called? Well, we were going to Best Buy. What's the other one? GameStop. I would just go to every GameStop
Yeah,
and be like,
Literally,
hey,
I go to the gaming section. I get the business cards. And I'm like,
yeah, we just put them in random places. I mean,
because there's bound to be. Trust me.
Yeah.
there's-
we've had people.
Gaming shit goes. It goes a long way. People like this thing is sold out, so they go have and they're like, what the fuck is this? And that's all it takes.
That was actually
All-
the
all
first
it-
thing we
all it
did.
takes.
We registered the business with the state, and then we made the business cards.
Yep.
Like that was the first thing we did. Or
Like the
second thing, I
LLC?
guess. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, I don't know shit about that. I'm like, Luis,
Yeah,
how do you do
I'm
this?
more
And
of
he
that person.
And he took care of it.
Yeah.
Shit. So now you like that's the other pain in the ass we were talking about on a previous podcast is just like keeping track of all the shit like expenses and
Yeah.
all that shit. That shit's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But we're trying to, finesse, pull a little Trump shit, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm trying to pay $75 for a year.
yeah, man, because it's such
If
a
he can do it, I can
yeah,
too.
it's such a thing, man. But yeah, man, that's cool, man. Y'all got it figured out, man. Y'all just gonna keep growing.
We're still trying.
We're trying, man.
Yeah.
We've been blessed.
And
for
we
sure.
appreciate you guys' support.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's weird because I never thought I would be in this position where I would be on a podcast a year ago.
Yeah, me neither.
Like maybe it's because maybe my job maybe it just made me so kind of like put me in this little bubble where I didn't really think about any of this stuff. And it wasn't until I literally started spending more time out here, came out here, and I realized there's more to what I do, and it gave me a whole different perspective on actual life.
What was your regular job?
Like I'll say it. Normally I don't like saying it. I'm not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird, bro. So I'm a police officer in California.
Yeah.
So, it's, dude, when you're as a cop back home, and a lot of
You
people,
used to be a cop?
I'm still a cop.
You still a cop?
I'm still a cop.
God damn.
So a lot of people don't
You
know
even
that.
look like a cop.
A lot of people don't know that, bro. A lot of people don't know that. When
You look like the
like a
cop.
gamer, man.
You look
Yeah.
like the cop that would be like, man, bro, just make sure you don't speed.
that's exactly who I am, bro.
Hey, come on, man. I'll give you a warning, but come on, man.
Come on, man.
So-
Get on the gas,
When
man.
I- together,
when
man.
I tell a lot, it's funny because I wouldn't say I'm embarrassed by it. Just
Why? Why?
No, but I mean,
You know,
I think
but-
it's one of those, bro. Because I had two good homies that I've known for years, and then they turned into cops, and then out of nowhere, everybody looked at them weird. Like one
Yes,
day,
dude, that's-
because
Why?
I cut
think
hair,
it's the
and I was
environment.
cutting one of them up, and he was like, when he left, he texted me. He was like, because he had just became a cop, and he was like, "Hey, bro, thank you for not making me feel like fucked up." Because everybody that I've gone to, they'll say something smart, like, "Oh, so you're a cop now."
Dude,
or,
I've been
"Oh,
a cop
you
for
know."
3 years, and I mean, like, I get random fuck yous here and there for no reason. I mean, obviously, I know they're not telling fuck you to Jose. I know they're saying it to a uniform.
You don't take it personal.
But at first, dude, it kind of like, and me, dude, I'm the nicest person in the world. Sometimes people don't like say, hey, how do you a cop? I'm like, there's always an on and off switch, and
And you're a cop in LA.
yes, dude. So,
God damn it. It's so crazy out there.
I've seen it bad and I've seen good, and I could just get a conversation just about my job in general,
For real.
cause dude, my
I'm glad
job.
I asked.
Exactly. Shit, we
Keep
didn't know
going,
that.
keep
Bugs.
going,
Dude,
keep going.
Shit.
Dude, I've been a cop for 3 years, and whenever someone calls the cops, it's because some shit just went down. Nobody ever calls me because it's something good happened.
Yeah.
So when I'm at work, it's whenever I go somewhere, it's because
And you have to de-escalate the situation, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't be the one that.
And-
I couldn't be a cop because I'd be like, bro, sit your fucking ass down.
and a lot.
said what?
A lot of people think that's what a lot of people think that's what it is. Like, oh, he's a fucking power tripper. He's ass. No, dude. I promise you. I tell people, I promise you, I am not a racist. I promise. Like, I'm as Mexican as they come. I believe in fairness. I believe in helping people, and I've helped so many people in the last 3 years. The amount of people that have come to my lives, random people, it's crazy. Like just last week, and like I forget about it because it's happened. Last week, I went to a traffic collision. People are rolled over, and I had to break this window and help this old lady who's all fucked up get out of the car. And as that right then and there, my heart rate goes up, and I'm trying to save this life. And then, all right, now it's done with. Now I gotta go back. Now I go at night to my Thanksgiving dinner with my family.
Yeah.
Knowing that for some people, that's like I would say it's a huge deal. Like
It's a shock.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit, I just went through
Yeah.
this today. But I've realized for me, it's become like, oh, like, I don't even talk about it at home that much.
Right.
And I used to.
Just leave it there because
But
it's
yeah,
such a lot of shit.
Like for example,
you don't want to bring that
like,
energy.
nurses and shit like that. That's kind of like to date a nurse or a doctor or something, bro. Like
They're disconnected.
fuck.
Then my wife's a nurse.
You see, and man, and I'm sure you guys have learned to just like put, okay, what happened over there, because bro, that's
How was work?
Like,
That's hectic.
Oh man,
was
like,
hectic too.
like
That's
it's-
it. Let's all eat dinner.
That's exactly what it at first.
Because if you sit there and talk about every little hectic thing, fuck that,
Man,
Dude,
Whew.
I swear you not, I borderline, and maybe some other people get it too. I borderline get PTSD sometimes. Like the other day, we were watching a movie, and this scene came up, and it was like I would say the most negative thing about my job has to be, and I don't know if it's dead bodies.
Yeah.
I get a certain way. There's some people out there that maybe doesn't affect them, but for me, every single that person that I had to go to, it affects me. And maybe it's because I'm a very warm-hearted person.
Yeah.
Where I feel sad, bad, because someone's life just got lost, and I have to help people get through it. I have to help families get through it,
Yeah.
and it's just these strangers that I've never met my whole life. It's not like it's people I know. It's strangers that I never meet, and it always affects me. So we were watching a movie last weekend. There's certain scene. It's how the movie, how the person died in the movie, and I've seen it a couple times, and for some reason I'm never gonna forget my first one. It was my first one, which reminded me of it, and I just started getting weird. Like my heart rate just went up.
I had to go over there and kind of like, because I noticed that, because I was behind him, and like I was just kind of like that came up, and like he just started kind of like, I don't know, being kind of like fidgety, and because we've had this conversation, so in my mind I was like, oh, like
I was having a moment.
He's having a moment because
I
he's
was having a
spaced out. So I went over there and was like, hey,
and-
got him some water, hey,
And like I said,
you're good.
I have moments because I'm not gonna lie, I've had people try to hurt me, and this stuff maybe not everybody gets to see about as a cop. I have people that tried hurting me at work because they're just trying to get away. Obviously, they did something bad, so they're trying to get away, and they've tried hurting me. I've gotten in fights with people, and I always tell people I do not want to hurt you. I always tell, and it sucks because this year was such a tough year for law enforcement, and I know we're getting away from QB Sports, but
No, I think it's another side. I mean,
Yeah.
we've touched.
People
It's
don't
been an
know.
hour already that
Yeah.
we've talked about QB Sports,
Yeah.
but this is another side
So,
where it's like
this
People
year,
can benefit.
the listener's gonna be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
dude, this was such a crazy year and it was all over, all over the internet news. This was such a tough year for law enforcement.
yeah.
For
which
sure.
is why sometimes.
But do you think they need a way better training system? Do you think they need to evaluate you every 6 months to see where you at psychologically and
and it always helps when you have somebody that you could be able to talk to and somebody's there, because sometimes there's some days where I need to talk to someone.
because you guys go through a lot, bro. Fuck.
And it's crazy because like I said, there's some people that you'll be like, why are you trying to? I don't want to hurt you. When I go to work, it's like, all right,
Man, it's just so crazy. There's people that literally just fucking hate cops, and it's like, it's crazy,
I've
bro.
had some
Because
dude try to kill me.
of
I've had some dude try to kill me, bro. And when you get that for the first time, where someone tries to kill you,
just because I'm a cop, like, damn, you don't even care about my family,
Yeah.
that I have kids, that all you care about is that I have a fucking badge right here, like that's
Like you don't know
fucking nuts,
me,
bro.
like you don't know what am I trying to do? Like I'm really trying to, because there's good cops. Like so there's actually good cops. Like It's just it happens that the fucking bad ones, they get exposed, and it's
they're
good
out
that
there.
they get exposed.
And they're
So we
out there.
get the motherfuckers out.
I tell people they're out there. And I'm not one to. I 100% I support law enforcement, but I also support the movement of trying to get good cops out here. Like I said, I don't try to my own horn, but I go to work, sit in my car, ready to go out there and respect everyone, because everyone deserves respect, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, what you've been through. Everyone deserves respect. If I pull someone over, and I'll say it, I pulled over, like when I pull over, like it's and I'm not gonna say a white kid, it's different than when I pull over a black kid, a young black kid. Different in the way I approach them, and I see it in them. I've had,
Explain that, like different how.
So, some people are, I would say, privileged, and fuck, I don't know if I should be random, but some people are privileged where you pull them over and they're like, "Why'd you pull me over? What's your problem?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, well, you did this, you did this."
That's to where if you pull me over, I'm like, yes sir, yes no sir.
And there's
like,
and,
just don't
and, there,
fucking
and there's
do
some
this.
people and there's some people I pulled over and they're like shaking. And so whenever I see that, and it's usually not gonna lie, it's a minority, that shakes because one, it's
They have in their
It's
mind,
not-
they're like,
is-
fuck,
is
am
that,
I gonna die today type
am I
shit.
die?
Like-
Am I gonna go to jail? Am I in trouble? And
yeah.
sometimes
And
it's
then
over.
you never
It's over small
know,
stuff.
like you said, the PTSD thing. Like there's a lot of cases too where, like, let's say these young kids were brought up in a fucked up environment. So every time they saw cops, the cops were the bad guys.
Yes, exactly,
Because
bro.
they took their dad or they took their mom, but they don't know why they took them. They just know that the
Yes.
cops took them.
So
as you grow older, you're like, oh fuck the cops. Like,
That's the thing.
So I whenever I'm like, hey, it's okay. Look, dude, this is why I pulled you over. It's no big deal. And don't get me wrong, I always try to keep everybody calm and respect everyone and try to talk to everyone, make them feel comfortable.
So, quick question to go back to what you said with. Sorry to interrupt, bro. I wanted to get back to that. I know I'm gonna forget. Do you think that the homies are closed-minded when they see the homies actually become a cop?
yes.
Because I like.
And I mean, I think,
for example, when I
think-
saw Freddie become a cop, I was like, hell
But
yeah, bro.
I think for the most part, like us, we're not criminals. We're not criminals, you know what I'm
But
saying?
if you know,
But
if you
like
know-
most people, bro, they're gonna be like,
But if you
I
know,
can't be around this motherfucker no more, because
right, but still it doesn't mean you gotta like see him as like a negative, like
us, like, because we're fucking more open minded. But I don't know. I feel like for example, people in the hood is code. Like they're
so.
not gonna
If you
be-
become a cop, you're like, I can't do the shit I was doing. I can't go pull up to the shop and like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, they still do it, Freddie and
Right.
Eduardo. That's why, I mean, I try not to make it weird for them. Like, I just cut their hair, and it's like, I still talk to them like normal.
because
like,
you knew them before that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like,
And
hey,
they haven't changed
yeah.
at all. It's not like they're fucking.
And I tell you what,
I'm
though,
gonna go visit Freddie tomorrow.
I tell you what though, some people do.
Yeah.
Some people, like, I've seen, I've had friends that I was a cop before them, and I've seen them like, hey, you're this little loser, not loser, but like this is like an innocent person, and you get the badge, and you like 2 years into the job, and they fucking walking different and talking different, and I'm like, bitch, shut your ass up. I remember you when you, and I've never been that way, and if you met me before, like I would say I'm a soft person, but I also have a switch. I also know when I need to be like, hey, sit down, hey, listen to me. And like I said, always try to de-escalate everything because you have to have that switch. In that profession, you have to have a good balance of
And
yourself.
to be honest, bro, I think it's a good thing to be like for example, Freddie and Eduardo, they'll fucking teach me shit that I'm like, I'm kind of glad I got cop homies because I didn't know this shit. Like he'll be like, yeah, bro, I'm fucking be doing this because it might get you this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll
He does that all the time.
Yeah, people come to me for
he does
advice,
it all the time.
and like I said, sometimes I'll bring it up, and I'm happy I can help, and like I said, I'm proud of what I do, but I don't mention it as much. Like I really don't flaunt it. I just that's my job. That's my day
it.
job.
But man, I think it's kind of like almost a duty for you guys as good cops to fucking put it out there. That you guys are like educate us ignorant motherfuckers on what like bro, we're not trying to fucking fuck with you. Just
I 100%. That's my number one. Like you would not believe how many times I've been told you're only talking to me because I'm this.
Like, do you really think out of all the things in my life right now, I want to be fucking pulling you over and
I tell people,
checking your car for fucking crack, bro?
Shit. Which is why sometimes I tell people, I'm like, hey, I'm a professional fucking movie watcher, because there's been some days where the city's quiet. It's quiet. So guess what? You park somewhere and you watch movies for like maybe an hour. Like anybody else, we get a break.
Yeah.
You know, because it's quiet. Like
Go to OnQ.
I don't have exactly. I don't have a lunch. I don't have a lunch time. It's I eat when I can, or I take a break when I can. It's
So as soon as you guys get to the call on the thing, you guys got to
go.
be there. Boom,
Yeah,
boom,
that's it.
boom,
And
boom.
you've had it where
So you could go from like a fucking murder to like domestic violence to
instantly, bro.
just pulled over a dude
and
with a
that's the one
oh
thing
my
about this
God.
job that you know
It's
sometimes
unpredictable.
It's a movie, bro.
It's so,
Every
it's so
fu-
fucking unpredictable. Like one day I'll just be doing this, and then you get this, you get this beep. You know shit's about to go down, and you just start, and your heart rate goes up
Hell
because
yeah.
we're humans, and
Yeah.
sometimes we forget that we're human. Cops are human beings, and it's like, okay, how do I do this? All right, I need to try to, because most of the time it's like the craziest thing that happened 2 weeks ago. We had a shots fired call. You know, so obviously somebody shot somebody's, and like I said, this I'll talk about this briefly. You guys can read it online, so it's out there in the news. So I worked my regular shift. It was my Sunday, so that's my Friday, my last day, 6 to 6 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m. That's when I start. So I get up at 4 a.m., get to work at 4:40, change out by 5:30, be at roll call at 5:50. So I start my shift 6 a.m., 6 p.m. after I had a long 4 days, and it's 6 o'clock hits, and I'm staying late because I need to do reports. Whenever you're down reports, you need to stay late. So I stay late. It's 7 p.m. hits, and I'm like scratching away. I'm like, oh, please, I just want to go home. I'm so freaking tired. And normally when you're in overtime like that, they don't, you know, you're already off duty because you have the other team that just came in, so you're just focusing on reports. I don't know where all I hear is beep. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. One male down, shot victim. Party of like six. It was a party of 60 at some house. They had like a rave party. So I know where I hear that, and all I hear is Jose Robles, get your ass over there. So and my mindset was, I want to go home. I want to go home. And then I don't know where I start rolling with my lights and sirens, and all that's adrenaline pumping.
Hell
Lights and
yeah.
sirens are running. You're literally driving all the way south to this party, and you know I have a shot victim, and
There's
and
60 motherfuckers
and I
there.
get there, and there's so many people, and they're like, dude, when I get there, I'm just like, okay, because as much as we're trained,
Bro, and then at that point,
never
your
know.
adrenaline is going.
these type of
and-
moments,
oh,
you're trained.
man.
These type of situations, they don't happen. They don't have. I know they happen every day, but they don't happen all the time. You know, but when they happen, you have to fucking be ready. So then I remember getting out, getting my rifle, getting my fucking, you know, getting ready because you have to. In your eyes, there's a shooter somewhere in there. You know, and it's like I went from literally little scrag home. Texting my wife, I'm about to be home. To oh shit, now I'm rolling into with a rifle, my
Mission.
fucking plates, and trying to not only save that person with the shooter.
How is she handling it, knowing that in any moment you might not come back?
You know what? We talked about it at the beginning. And then we talked about it every now and then. But the minute she accepted, hey, you're a cop, that's it, dude. I mean, she accepted it, and every morning, I always get up, no matter what time it is. I wake her up or give her a kiss and say I love you, and I always tell her, I'll see you later. I'll call you. I'll see you later.
I saw this movie, man.
You
That
just
is,
gotta get. I mean, stay
I forgot
prayed
the,
up.
I forgot the name of it. What's the two LA cops?
In the watch.
I think it's in the watch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal. No.
I think so. This is
They
the guy.
get
get
jumped,
shot,
or
he
they
gets
get
shot
shot
at
in
the
the
end.
alleyway.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That
So-
movie was deep.
Though, so
Have you seen it?
Yeah, no, that's
It's literally like kind of saying the cop's perspective of a day in LA type shit, and it's like it's cool, bro. Like I felt it. Like when the cop died, bro, I was like, what the fuck? Like it was
you
deep.
I don't think
Two partners. It was
Obviously,
two partners.
You don't think about it. Obviously, you go into work. Obviously, you don't
Yeah,
you don't
you're
say,
not-
hey,
yeah.
fuck, you know.
I
But
might just
right.
die today.
But-
like, what the fuck?
like anyone else, obviously, anybody can die. Anybody, you know,
Yeah,
life
hell
happens.
yeah.
Anybody can die. But obviously, we sometimes put ourselves in a position where it can happen.
You're a little
like-
bit
like
more
that
at risk
day.
because you're
So,
around crazy shit.
So I always tell her I love her, and when I go out, I understand. You know what, the job I chose, and I've gone. Like I said, I've had someone literally run at me with a knife before, so I know. You
Why
know,
did you become a cop? That's the $1 million question.
fuck, dude?
This is great. You're releasing all these demons that you can't talk
Dude,
about. Go ahead.
People don't. So I guess so. I grew up in LA. So me and my brother grew up. I always say my dad was arrested when I was 15, and so you know, like so my dad's not a bad guy. You know, he made a mistake. You know, he got locked up for a bit, came out, and I was terrible at fucking school, dude. I graduated with I think 1.9 GPA in high school.
Yeah.
And so I went to college, and I was like, me and my brother were talking, and he's an idiot like me too. We're not idiots, but you know, school wasn't our thing.
Yeah.
And we were just talking one day, and we're like, you know what, dude, we should be cops. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we should be cops. I'm like, I never thought about it that way because I had that same perception growing up. Like, oh shit,
like,
the cops came. Oh fuck.
You grew up in LA,
dude, where I grew up, it was like whenever we saw cops, it was like, oh shit, the cop. For no fucking reason. I don't have.
So you went through all that, like your homies being
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
damn, Jose became a cop, bro.
I did, and some people are very proud. Some people are very proud of me. You know, a lot of my family is very proud of me. It's like it's it's like, oh, he did good. But so then someone said, hey, we should be cops, and I said, think about it. And then sure enough, I started getting into that concept of, fuck, I can do this because I know people say, oh, I want to do it to help my community. And it's I almost say kind of cliche.
Yeah.
But I said I want to do it because I want to see what it's about because I had no idea. And not like I grew up in a family member that was a law enforcement because a lot of guys I work with, it's because so my uncle, my dad. So me and brother just said, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it out. So I remember from 18 to 20, I did a bunch of jobs, dude. Because you can't become a cop until you're 21. So from 18 to 20, I was doing a bunch of the jobs. Yes, I had the cops in my mindset, so I made smart decisions. I knew that sometimes when you do so and so, you can't be a cop. So I always make sure to stay clean, do what I gotta do, and then when my time comes, I'm gonna apply to be a cop. And I got in the mindset where I'm doing it because it's a good job, but I'm gonna have effect on people's lives. And I know it's a cliche to say it, but
No, that's good.
now
I said because when I was in high school, a cop came to our school, and I was like, man, it'd be cool to be a cop, you know? That'd be tight. And then he asked me why would you want to be a cop, and I said the same shit, and that motherfucker laughed at me. I was like, I wanted to help people out, like fucking not be that. And then he was like, so cops want to be cops or people want to be cops to drive fast cars, have a gun. I was like, damn, for real.
That breaks my heart, bro.
Yeah, it crushed your
That breaks my heart, dude. And
Yeah.
and no, most of the time, I always tell people, whenever if you've ever gotten stuck and like, fuck, what should I do? What should I do? Just see what you're good at. If you're good at talking, I would say you'll be a good cop if you don't have, if
you're a calm person, you know how to de-escalate. I think that's where
talk to people. If you're able to have a conversation with somebody,
yeah,
you make a good cop. But you also have to understand, you have to have that switch. Like I don't think he's ever seen me say like, "Hey, sit the fuck down,"
because you're dealing with savages.
But you have to have that sit the fuck down phase. And my wife doesn't see it, so. I think one time we were talking on the phone one time, and I'm just talking normal, and I don't know where something happened in front of me, and I kind of went, "Hey, what?" And he was like, "Whoa."
Oh, whatever.
You were on the clock?
Yeah, he was on the clock. I was talking to him, and he was just like, yeah, man, so, yeah. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of there. Shit, man. That's the third time I've told this. But yeah, Luis. So
shit.
And then that person came back again, and he was like, hold up, Luis. Hey, motherfucker.
I didn't say, I don't say motherfucker. I don't say that. But yes, I raised my voice, and, you just have to have that switch. And so it's kind of the decision I made. I did it because I'm like, you know what? I think I could do that job. And literally, I started learning about it more when I kind of made the decision of, I want to do this job. And I had this mindset from 18 to 20. I was like, oh, dude, it's so cool. It's so cool. And now that I've been a cop for 3 years now, it has it's a great job, great benefits, but it takes a toll. Mentally, dude. Mentally, it takes a toll on you. And
you only work, like 3 days?
I work 3 days a week.
But it's like 12-hour shifts, right?
So I get up at 4 a.m. And he saw me. He was there. He was visiting me last week, so he saw me whenever.
I saw him like maybe 2 times, Thanksgiving, and then the day we were driving back.
So
I didn't really get to spend time.
So he sees.
You guys basically put yourself in the jungle. Like that's what I would tell my homie Freddie. Like, bro, because they worked that whole time they couldn't be cops. They worked at the county jail, so they were. What is it? Like they take care of
custodies.
COs.
Custodies. Yeah.
So I'd be like, bro, you literally go and put yourself in there with these motherfuckers, like willingly.
Yeah, man.
I would say though, but it's a blessing to be able to think about it.
See those
people
perspectives.
call me, and I break it down sometimes, and I don't really think about it sometimes because I live my normal life, but people call me when they're going to maybe their worst day of their life.
Oh yeah.
So if you see it, if you're hearing this and you ever think, people call you when they're on the worst end of their life, I'm talking about suicide. My husband just hit me and I'm about to die, or something crazy just happened, and they're calling you for help. So when I go there, people get my full attention, you get Jose Robles helping you out 100%. And this is when I've gone to with people that have lost their family members, people that just got hurt, people that just got their phone robbed. Because to some people, it's like, oh, they got their phone robbed by so-and-so. No, it's traumatizing. Think about it. Some guy just punched you in the face and just took your phone. They're calling me, what do I do? Help. Yeah. And I'm going there. Most of the phone's probably gone. By the time I get there, the phone's gone. They're gone. But I'm calling to tell you, hey, I'm here for you. Yeah. Let's get through this, okay? Let's get through this. If you need some medical help, I'm gonna get you medical help. If you need me to calm down, need me to be here with you, I'm here with you. And when I see it like that, it makes me want to get up and do it every day. Because there's some days where that shit's like, oh fuck, I have to go to work. But there's some days when you got to see it like,
you're like, I'm trying to call the cops, man. I need some fucking help.
So is there a point where you feel like you had a crazy day, that you saw a couple of dead bodies or whatever the case is, and you're like, fuck, I can't sleep now. I keep thinking about this shit. What the fuck did I just got myself into today?
There has been days.
How do you deal with it?
I cry. I come home, I cry. I've cried with my wife, and I say, I'm not. I just, I don't do it every day, but there's been times where I come and I cry because I'm so sad of what happened. It's a sad thing because. Yeah, dude, people are evil, and it breaks my heart that people are that evil in this world. There's some evil people in this world that don't care about what they do that affects other people. So I come home and I've seen some stuff, and I'll tell my wife, hey, this happened, and I'll cry sometimes, and I'll cry, and she sits me down, gives me my dinner, talk about it, watch a movie, and she makes me realize, look, we're here right now, we're here together. Forget about that. Just focus on you right now. Let's watch a movie like we always did. Like Jose, 18-year-old Jose used to love doing. Watch a movie. Because if you start thinking about it so much, like oh, fuck, this is so fucked up, so fucked up, it'll get to you, and you'll hate your job.
So what kind of movie are you watching just to get distracted?
Dude, I watch off. It's all comedy, dude. Comedy. It has to be comedy, dude. It has to be comedy movies.
Or some cartoons,
something like that. Because that's what you have to do. Because and you'll see. I'm pretty sure if you ever run into a lot, there's some grumpy cops out there.
Yeah,
they just hate. You could see they fucking hate their job,
which they shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be there.
I can imagine. Why, man?
Like anything else. Once you start hating the job,
you hate yourself.
That's when we're at a problem. That's when you have the mistakes happen. And don't get me wrong, anybody can make mistakes, because at the end of the day, you're putting regular Joes like myself out there with a big responsibility to make quick second decisions. So that's why sometimes mistakes are made, because one, it's a human doing these things. So
emotions and all kinds of
humans we're not nobody's perfect. So yes, mistakes are made, but sometimes like anything else, there's bad people and good people. There's millions of cops. So sometimes the bad apple goes in there, and those are the people that sometimes could give the rest of us a bad perception. And if I could change that one person at a time, one call at a time, fuck, so be it. And I like I said, I switch out. When I'm QB Sports Jose, I'm QB Sports Jose. I'm Family Jose. And then once I go to work, I'm that Jose. So I realize that I leave that there. And there's some days when I do bring home. There's some days where I do bring home. But I've tried to make it a habit where when I'm extra quiet at work, when extra quiet at home, my wife sees it. And she's like, hey.
What the hell's going on?
What's up? So yeah, and like I said, I love my friends, because on my days off, guess what I do?
Yep.
Boom.
Game.
And I think it's good. Like a good thing to keep in mind is that you guys are like servicing people, and I mean, you and your wife are both. She's a nurse. You're a cop. Like, fuck, bro. We need people like you, because
people look at them.
I'm sure as hell not gonna do it.
Yeah, for sure. No, we need
people look at
the good people, and it's been
a power couple. We're like, no, we're just Nally Jose. Like, we just happen to choose a profession, because before that we were just Nally and Jose.
Yeah, no,
but it's cool. I appreciate you guys telling me that.
No, for sure. It's especially like with the COVID situation and the hospitals being so busy, and it's constant, and like cases go up. And I hope that Joe Biden fucking finds a soft spot and says, you know what? All the doctors, all the fucking nurses, wipe out that damn college debt, because it's just, man, like, just do it. Like,
you give them a couple little cents for the...
Yeah, man, that's the least I think you can do for these warriors out here, man, because it's like, fuck. Like, they need that shit, It's just, being in fucking depth, like, and then doing this hectic shit at these times is just crazy, man. So, yeah.
Anything else?
But I think we covered everything, man. Man, it's quite the damn podcast. So you guys want to add something else?
Because
That was like my last question.
No,
and
I'm
it came
happy
out
for
to be
Jose.
the.
I don't talk about it too much.
Yeah.
No, that's
I don't
good,
talk
man.
about.
I
and
appreciate you sharing that with us,
for sure.
I
Yeah.
don't like I said. I don't talk about it too much, and people that know me, like, they kind of respect that. Like I'll tell stories here and there, and sometimes tell crazy stories, but they also know, all right, we're done with that.
Yeah.
And it's cool, bro. It's cool that like having this podcast, because right now as you guys keep growing and like people want to know about you, they're like, you guys can direct them like, hey, watch the episode so and so from the Half Court Podcast, and they'll get to see you guys in depth, like, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's the good.
That's why I stayed quiet this whole time we were talking, because a lot of you're not here, so people know, they interact with me at the Cube, and people are like, oh, okay, we already know his story,
Right?
But nobody knows Jose.
I'm happy, and
Nobody knows his story. So I thought you were gonna go with the Netflix.
That's why when we were on the
thing.
live, I was like, man, fuck it, Jose. Interrupt these niggas.
I was like,
Talk your
yo,
shit, man.
I didn't know you were gonna do it, but once you did it, I was like, oh yes.
you guys saw that fucking hesitation at first.
Yeah, I was like,
but
I don't know if I
no,
want to go there.
I told Luis, as I'm seeing from over there, I have to live off you sometimes, so your fucking excitement, because
And it's cool that you guys making it work, because you're in the whole different state.
Yeah.
You know, you two are here, so it's like you guys are making it work.
Luis knows that, and Andy know that you're probably out there dealing with some crazy ass shit. So it's like,
That's why
we're
I
gonna
toned
hold
it
it down over here.
Yeah.
You do your thing. We're gonna make it work.
That's what I feel. That's what I'm like. Hey, my boys got me. So
it's an organization.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to bring Andy, because
TikTok.
look at that
Once
man right
again,
there.
shout out to
TikTok,
Andy, bro.
shout out to Andy.
Because it really takes, like I said, it takes a lot for
Not the hero
a
we-
friend, a person to believe in the vision and be like, all right, I'm gonna hop on type shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I started this by myself. AB saw that shit and he hopped on, and like to me, it was like fucking a blessing type shit. Because
Yeah.
it's like, now we got this shit. Like,
He's
now
been
it's-
since the beginning. Like, we didn't ask him to help us with, because he literally put up the Cube.
all this shit happens effortlessly. Because like AV, I like, hey bro, let me like let the people hear your story and shit. Because like you the OG of the music
I was like, bro,
videos.
who do want to hear my fucking idiot ass talk?
And man, and then like AV was like, I like this shit, man. I like it. Even though I was in the couch in my living room and there was 2 mics, and he's like, I like this
I
shit,
saw
bro.
the vision.
He was like, let's get it, man.
Andy was hesitant at first though, but he was like, no. And
gave him food and beer.
And one day I was like, me and his son were like, hey, it's almost like you're asking a girl out on a date. You're like, hey, let's ask Andy if he wants to join QB. Officially join QB Sports. So one day we're just, hey, Andy, so do you want to be official and join us officially and like be part of us? And even though he was already there, it almost make it official.
They were like guiding him.
And he's all like, yeah, I'm down.
Nice. One more thing. We had Joaquin on the podcast. He mentioned that he's
he's an
partnering up.
affiliate. Yes.
He's an affiliate.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh god.
How do people become an
Apex.
affiliate with
Apex.
the QB
the Apex
boys?
player?
Apex Legends.
I know that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mega Delone.
Mega Delone.
Mega
I just can't say his
Delone.
name. Mega Delone. Yes.
El Mega Delone.
So you guys partnered up. He reached out. You guys reached out. How did that happen?
So we do have like it's called so it's funny. So we had people start hitting us, hey, how do I join? How to join? And if you're not in Oklahoma City, it's hard to join. So what we did was like, hey, let's expand ourselves. And so whenever we're not streaming, let's have people represent QB Sports. And we have, I think, 7 affiliates now and from Canada, LA,
Gang.
you know, Joaquin. And
But he's our first Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he's our first
He
Oklahoma
actually came
City
into
guy.
the Cube and he's in here.
They reached out, how do I join? And basically, it's not too much to it. It's basically we give, you know, whenever we have like small stuff like maybe shirts, equipment, whatever we can give, we give to them. And
You're part of the movement.
yeah, and obviously, you know, our followers, we send them their way because, you know, fortunately, we have a good amount of following that we can send to these guys because these are good streamers that just haven't got out there yet.
Yeah,
So
push
what we
to
do
help.
is we hey, here's our followers. They watch these guys. So we have them on our Twitch channel. We host them, and we shout them out as much as we can. And when they join us, we're like, hey guys, follow so and so. Whenever we're not off, they're on, and they have our logo on their stream. So when people go like, hey, shit, QB Sports, I know QB Sports. So they know, hey, they're a part of us.
The follow.
And they're good people. All the people that we have are good people. And it's funny how, like, so it's like we have our own little separate family with
And shout out y'all. So you give a shout out to y'all sponsors, man.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll start.
Today's your night.
Vanessa House Beer Company, bro.
Yes.
They from the beginning they supported the vision.
First sponsors, first people to actually like listen to us, and we're like, yes, we're gonna help you guys out. Pretty much, they're downtown. They have a big brewery, and yeah, man, they from the beginning they were the first company that they welcomed us in, and they were like, yes, like it didn't take much time.
Yeah, and it sucks because once again, it's like that business right now could be booming even more if it wasn't for this shit, man.
Yeah,
it's like, god damn,
like,
and it's a business that helps, helps communities and shit.
They want us to do like tournaments.
We're actually gonna be there Friday evening.
Yeah, Friday.
Bring your mask. So if you're gonna be there Friday evening at Vanessa House Brewing, it's
tell them what you guys got going on.
It's Luis's birthday this weekend.
It's not, it is.
It's Luis's birthday this weekend, so we're gonna be out there on Friday evening.
I was trying to get lit.
So we're gonna bring your mask, and if you guys want to share beer with us, Friday evening of Vanessa Beer House Company. It's a very nice, very big. So
yeah, shout out to Andrew, Zach, Evan. Those are the guys I've been talking to.
Yeah, very
support.
And we have Chill Vibes. We have Pyre. Don't get me wrong. We have Is this them two or is it three, right?
Yeah, it's only three.
So yeah, we have a Pyre, and then we have Chill Vibes, and obviously we appreciate you guys as well. Only like I said, I'm not gonna say anything, but sometimes some sponsors give a little more than others, and Vanessa House has done that for us. They host us at the brewing, and that's super cool. That for us to be on the screen at like a brewing place. Well, they're sipping. They're like, hey, what's going on here? So that's super dope. Obviously, they give us.
You guys have some stickers, man. We can put you
if you got some, yes, for sure.
We do have, but it's not one of these. It's like for your car. I forgot. I got some of those. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, we're trying to get that going.
We've been fortunate.
So we were fortunate, and like I said, we're very blessed and proud. I always said, hey, I'm a business owner.
Nice.
Co-owner.
You gotta rep it.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we're happy. I would say thank you guys for having us, and thank you for making us feel important for 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, man.
Dude, I'm happy for you, bro.
It was quite the podcast.
So happy
Once
that was
again,
awesome.
it was one for the books. I do appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Ladies and gentlemen, follow them on all platforms, social media platforms. Mention them real quick before we wrap this up.
QB Sports GZ.
That's on what?
On everything.
Everything.
Instagram, Twitter,
Twitch.
Yeah. Everything.
Okay.
Los Tucheros del
Tucheros.
Coco.
I'm using that. I hope you know that. We're going to put
Hey,
those.
merch coming soon.
Official Tuchero.
Once again,
Tell me why I see Andy's face on a shirt with says Tuchero.
Yes, I see it. So, Jose, Luis, Andy, thank you guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. We are out.
Thank you
Peace, guys.
Peace out.